Higher powers taking hold on me.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube channel with your girl Jacolia Miracle Year 1 and only. And today we are here to talk about my traumatic water park experiences. Water parks are one of my favorite places to go, but when I tell y'all, it's just like every time I go, something traumatic happened. And I just sit there, I'm like, this is why I didn't want to come, but then I did, because I love the water. Like, the way how I learned to swim, I was tossed into the pool. Yeet the kids. No, I'm playing. Well, yeah, they did tell me to just jump into the water, and that's how I learned how to swim. But I love water. I love water parks, but it's just like, I'm gonna tell y'all a few times where, okay, so number one, the first story is gonna be about the time how my dad almost killed me at a water park. Like, it wasn't like, but it was just like he was playing around too much and things kind of went left. And then another time, I'm gonna talk about how I decided that I was grown and I went down them big old water slides that just dropped, and it was open. It wasn't a closed one, and I almost fell off the side. And I'm just gonna talk about like how the bathroom conditions be, how some of the stuff that you find in the pool, and then some of the things you just see folks do, they just be like, why? But lo and behold, I go and I pay my good monies to go in them type of situations every single year. And I'm just say, like, it don't be it. So the first story is when my dad almost killed me. Let's hop into that. But before we do that, did you subscribe to my channel? Go ahead and hit that little button right there. Ew, that wink. Hit the little subscribe button and let's get into the story. Okay, so the first story takes place at Camel Beach, which is a very pretty, beautiful, like, water park. I have nothing bad to say about that water park, but I haven't been there in a long while, so I don't know how it is now, so don't hold my word to it, because I went when I was like 7, 5, 4, who knows. But when I was a child, like an itty bitty baby, not itty bitty baby, and we were in the lazy river. And number one, these lazy rivers are packed. Like, if we was to go to a water park during this time now, it would probably be shut down because it used to be too much people. And it could be a whole bunch of people in the lazy river and a whole bunch of people waiting in the line to get into the lazy river. That's a tongue twister. So me and my dad, we got a tutu because I never like to do anything by myself at the moment. And at the time, I was kind of scary. And I always love to do things with my dad because, you know, he kind of pushed me to get out of my comfort zone. You know, I love my pop. And we got in the two tubes and we was on it. You know, it was always fun, but just pretty much just to sunbathe and just chill in the river. So we start going around. It's a big old circle. It's a big one, not no little lazy one where it's just you go around and, okay, get off. No, it was a big old one. So we was going around and stuff like that. And there was waterfalls and they splashing in your face. You know, having a good time, even though you getting beat up in your head with them hard water stuff. And my dad, he would always like purposely go under them just to see my reaction. And we was starting to turn the corner. And, you know, waterfalls, all this other stuff. And it was coming to the lazy river, the wave pool part of the lazy river. I had to do that to remember because I was like, what is the motion? Okay. So we got to the lazy river part, and you know, the waves are like going. This is not like your average lazy river water wave pool thing. Like, it's not like the baby ones. Like, this one was like going for it. So me and my dad, we think it's a good idea to do this in our tube. So we get up to the lazy river thing and the waves are on 10, and me and my dad are trying to be on 100, and we start, like, I'm gonna make y'all show. We was waving. So now we waving, we on 10. My dad goes a little bit too hard to the left, and we go on ahead before I break my computer. Oh wait, no, I'm not supposed to close it. I have to cut all this out. And we're back. Because I forget how my light works and it really sucks. But me and my dad, we turned a little bit too hard to the left and we flipped right on over. And now at the time, my swimming wasn't the best. And also my common sense really wasn't all the best. So I decided that we flip over instead of me, natural survival instincts kick in and you try to swim to the top. I decided that I was going to be a mermaid that couldn't swim and sit on the bottom of the pool. Just full on Jesus on the cross, laying on the bottom of the pool. And all I'm doing while I'm here, I just hear my mom, Roger, if you don't get my child, I'ma kill you. And I was like, oh. So now I heard damn like my dad gonna come get me, but now my mind, I'm not thinking about death because I was so young, but it's like I'm literally drowning as I'm just Jesus on the cross, crucified, just laying down on the bottom of the pool. So then I see the lifeguard jump in, that's one splash, and then I see my dad's hand just come and snatch me up, and I'm like, oh. So then I'm finally out, and I'm like, and it was just, I was so, I wasn't upset, but I was kind of confused, like, and my mom, she was screaming, my dad, you okay? You okay? And then the lifeguard being useless, he jumped in way too late. Like, I know he noticed that we flipped over and that I was a child and he should have been jumped in, so he failed. Terrible lifeguard. But it was just like chaotic. And then after I just ate food, like nothing happened. Like, I wasn't crying. And of course that never stopped me from going back in another lazy river. Lazy river is so chill to me, but I do be getting burnt up though. So I don't do it as much anymore. Now, for the second story, it was one of them deep pools. Not pools, slides. And when I tell y'all, I was there. I can do it, Daddy. I can do it. You sure? You sure? You can go back down. Just, it's okay. No, I can do it. I can do it. And I laid down. And the man, he said, go like this. And I was like, okay. And I went. And I got that little push. And I'm going down. And once again, something about just leaning a little bit too hard. And the thing, it didn't have no, like, it wasn't built correctly to me. I felt like it was a lot of safety regulations that was just wrong with that slide. And it was like the sides was so low that it wasn't even, my body was above the sides of the pool and I was a child. And from the momentum of me going so fast, I started going like this, and I literally was like half of my shoulder blade was off of the thing, and I started panicking like, oh, I'm about to fall off, and this is pretty high up, and I got scared, and I started crying, and of course once again my mom starts panicking, and it was just, I don't even know what my dad was doing. I don't know how to feel about that. I guess he was up top being scared, but I don't really remember his reaction. But it was just like my shoulder blade hurt after, because it was like my shoulder blade was like saving my life, and it was like caught in between. It was just gross. And I think it was splish splash water, something. It's something that sounded real ghetto. We should have been there in the first place. And it was just everything. The rides was, it was trash. Like, they kept on telling me that I was too tall to be in the kiddie park, and I was a child, how I couldn't ride certain things. It was just garbage. I did not like it at all. Now, when the trauma of the bathrooms come in, every single time you step into the changing room or the bathroom, there's always the naked kid that's crying from the top of their lungs, the people that have the towel camp tea trying to cover their family members because they're like me and I hate going inside of the shower things. And then there's some of these people that treating it like they home and they walking around naked and all this other stuff. Now, I'm very mature, but it's just like, I really don't want to see you right now. Like, it's not the place. Like, there's a whole shower room, but it's just so nasty because people just be throwing their baby diapers and hair be all over the place and a random panty and the lockers be difficult to get to, and it just be terrible. Like me and my parents, we used to put our stuff on before because we used to hate going in there and being so serious. We used to be the family with the towels, and we would have our towels holding it up and let each other quickly slip on the basic necessities that we needed so our business won't be out. And then we put on our clothes and we go home because it's so nasty. Like, nobody takes care of those bathrooms. It's so dirty, and it's like, I will never forget the feeling of my feet touching. Ooh, my feet touching the floor. Like, I was the girl that had them ugly behind Crocs. Insert picture. Them water Crocs. That's how intense I was about my feet not touching the ground. And sometimes the pool be having. I used to watch kids blow their nose into the water. And they mama never used to say nothing. And the most terrifying thing about that, as soon as I say that, is a fat snot blob floating towards me and my family. When I tell y'all, we all jumped out of that pool so fast. I'm talking about, we ain't even used the stairs. We just jumped up and jumped over the edge, and here's little on me struggling because my legs was tiny, but they got me out, and it was just gross. That's gross. And the fact that people used to pee, it don't sit right with me. Please have better etiquette, people, because that's just nastiness. Throwing your child's diaper in the pool is nasty. If you see your baby's diaper come off, pick it up. I don't even know why I should be able to say this. Like, this shouldn't even be a thing. Well, that's my water park trauma, y'all. I have other stories, but I didn't want this video to be long. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. I love y'all. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's keep on going. I know that we could get to 100 subscribers before this year ends, baby. Before this year ends, I know that we could do it. We growing big, and we at like 60 right now. That's like crazy. I never expected this to go so far. You know what I'm saying? And it just look off. Oh well. I just thank y'all, and I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all. And we gonna do another story time. So water park won over the racial injustice, but I'm still, no, racially profiled. That's what it's called. I will talk about being racially profiled. That video won't be too long unless I get into like a rant, but I'll cut it up. But that situation was just a mess. I plan to have other stuff for y'all. We'll see. We're amazing. We're creative. We'll do it. And see y'all next time. Bye-bye.